Maverick Bond, welcome back. This is our Maverick adhesive. I'm going to do the dual action. These are the two you use the most, is the Maverick glue and the powder. When you see us at a show, we do those, buy one, get the powder free. But we'll show you how they work. So if I glue here and just stick this down, right, there's not a lot of strength with that. But what I do now is I use the powder and I weld either side of the T. So this is a T-joint or a T-weld. Any engineers or people that work with welders will get that. And sometimes when you're using this, you'll see the smoke come off this, hopefully. So that's the chemical reaction. Build it up in layers, remember. Don't try and do it all at once, you want it to soak through. So that side's done. And we're using gravity to kind of run it through. One little drop more of powder. All right, now we'll do the other side. So same thing, you can go glue first and then filler, powder, build it up in layers, or powder glue, your choice. I always refer to this as kind of like being at kindergarten when you did the old glue, right? First, and the glitter on top. Okay, and that goes off in like 3 seconds. And it's only going to stick to where you've used the filler. So we're just going to glue on the ends here too to give us some more strength. And powder, again, gravity's kind of hard, so sometimes you can put a piece of paper under that if you want to save your powder up, but it's pretty cheap. Just buy a new bottle, guys. Powder, and we'll do the other side here too. Now you're going to see me using the powder quite a bit after I've used other materials first. So that's the glue on standard plastics and the powder, and that's done, and that's what I would call a T-weld. Super strong, and that's going to flex and probably break the plastic before it'll break the glue. So chemical weld filler with the Maverick adhesive, put them together, that's going to fix everything. All your chips and holes and bits and pieces, strengthening your bonds, and fixing plastics basically is what you need to do. So now we're going to roll over here to some kids toys. Okay, get that one out the way. Now this one I've actually pre-treated, which is quite good. This one you can see where it's been treated, the different colors of the plastic. So polypropylene, the problem with it is the oil on the surface of the plastic. So we've got to treat the surface. We use our primer, okay, and we prime that area. Now I've pre-done this just so we're not fluffing around, because you've got to treat it 3 times, let it evaporate in between each time, and then let it set, and it will cure and go opaque like this on the plastic. And then you've treated the plastic, now we can stick to that and weld to that. And that's why I always do about a 5mm edge around where it's going to glue back together, okay, so that I can put the powder on there and get the weld working properly too. I actually left this one overnight and it went opaque like this, even more so overnight. So the longer you leave it, the better that primer works. And if you ever want to fix plastics, guys, cars, anything, toys, use the primer first. So now what we'll do, just so I don't glue the movable parts, I would normally have a little bit of oil, and I'd just put a wee bit of oil on here, cooking oil, motor oil, whatever it is, so that you can't actually stick to it, which would be good. But we'll move on. Test it, remember guys, test where you're going to go back together. Alright, so we're going back in there, so I know where I'm going. Test. And now we'll put glue just on one side here. Tiny little bit of glue. Using that nozzle to spread your kind of one drop, really. You're not really putting it much more than a drop on here, because the more you put on, the more mess you make, like I just did there. Just wipe it and it deactivates. Now, getting it in the right place first time. I've got to move that, so I'm not going to glue it together. This is actually my godson's toy. Him being a boy, boys break toys. I've got a few of his toys to actually fix. Here's another one as well. So now I've got that on there, not super strong, so that we're going to do the weld, powder weld. Just trying to get that on an angle so you can see it. You see that? All right, so glue around there. Then we use the powder. Again, we're building this up in layers, guys. Don't do it all at once. Glue. There we go. Can we see that smoke? Look at that. Cool. So that's the chemical reaction you see working there. And basically plastic welding it together. So it melts into the plastic. See that? You'll be able to see that with my top in the background maybe. Happy days. Whew, fumes. So you want to have your door open, guys, or a fan going is what I would normally have, just so you're blowing that stuff away. You don't want to be breathing that in. Now on the back side here as well, where it is broken, we're going to do another little strengthen up here. Still going that smoke, eh? And this is why I primed that edge about 5 millimeters away from the brake, so you've got room to build up that powder. Wow, that's going good, man. Now, another little trick is don't put your nozzle on the powder like I have done at some stage. I've got a little bit of weld on the outside. Let's just make sure that's movable still. Yeah, we're still movable. We haven't welded it to the other side yet. So that one's done, solid. Kids' toys, fixed.